Hello everybody and welcome back to another Power Rankings video. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's time for a new set of Power Rankings headed in to week 10 of the NFL season. Let's hop straight into it. Okay, so starting off at the bottom, 32nd, the Carolina Panthers. They managed to get their second win of the season against the New Orleans Saints, but yet again, it was only by 1 point. And they're still really bad. 31st, I have the New Orleans Saints. They are just rattled with injuries. Not much else to say there. They are just really in a tough spot right now. And they just fired Dennis Allen, their head coach. They are looking for a full rebuild. 30th, I have the New England Patriots. Had a very close game against the Tennessee Titans, but this Tennessee Titans team is not very good. In fact, that's who I have at 29th. Tennessee Titans. These are the bottom 4 teams in the NFL. You could argue that the Cleveland Browns belong there too, but they did just beat the Baltimore Ravens. But they had an awful week last week against the Los Angeles Chargers, meaning that there isn't no late season revival for the Cleveland Browns. They're probably going to stay bad. Same thing with the Las Vegas Raiders. You can really rearrange these teams however you like. The Raiders somehow beat the Ravens on the road in week 2. And they beat the Browns. So I'm putting them at the 27th spot. Although, again, they're not very good. You could arrange these teams however you'd like. 26th, the New York Giants. I think the Giants are a step up better than all the rest of these teams, but they're still one of the worst teams in the NFL. They have 2 wins. They put up a good fight against the Commanders. A team that they usually beat, but they've since been swept by this season. 25th, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, they keep looking like they're coming around. They still only have 2 wins to their name, but I think they're a little bit better than their record shows. 24th, the Miami Dolphins, same thing there. They put up a good fight against the Buffalo Bills team, but they really still, Tua or not, they still haven't been able to win games. I think with Tua, they're now 1-3 after losing to the Cardinals at home last week. Dolphins are still in a rough spot. 23rd, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are certified terrible. They can beat up on some of these bad teams like the Cleveland Browns, like the New York Giants, but any decent team they play, they will lose, except for the Steelers, apparently. 22nd, the New York Jets got the win against C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans Thursday night. I'm not putting all my marbles into a full season revival quite yet. However, they can move up a few spots for a great win at home on Thursday night. 21st, I have the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are one of those just like mid teams. They're mid. Like, they have some good wins against the Steelers, against the Bears, and they have some tough losses, such as on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are just a below average to mid team. 20th, Cincinnati Bengals, a team that really can't decide if they want to be a playoff team or not. They seem to lose every time they play a good team, but they, again, beat up on bad teams except for the Patriots in week 1. 19th, the Chicago Bears got blown out on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. That offensive line is looking atrocious. Big hole in this Bears roster. I know the roster looks stacked. I think it looks stacked. I thought they were going to be really good preseason. Not all hope is lost yet, but not a good look for the Chicago Bears. 18th, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, losing their 2 starting wide receivers and still managing to make these games close. So I think the Buccaneers are still a decent team. However, 18th is where I have them right now. 17th, the Denver Broncos, the team that I really liked having higher. However, that performance on Sunday was just awful. They seem to be right in the middle of the pack of the league. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them down the stretch once Bo Nix gets more comfortable. They do, again, go back to that 15 to 13 range. 16th, the Seattle Seahawks. Again, another team that can't decide whether they want to be a good team or a bad team. They got some great wins, such as the one on the road against the Atlanta Falcons, but then you lose to teams like the New York Giants. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 16th, I think, is fair for the Seattle Seahawks. 15th, the Los Angeles Rams. Hey, the Rams are up and coming, man. However, I don't know if it's too late. They still got a very tough division in the NFC West, so we'll see if they can make the playoffs or not, but definitely getting better week by week, especially as they get more healthy. 14th, the San Francisco 49ers. Kind of same story with the Rams, however, on a whole nother level. Christian McCaffrey is practicing this week, so the 49ers, I wouldn't be surprised if they win out or maybe lose one more game, but they are going to be slowly getting better the more healthy they are. 13th, the Los Angeles Chargers. This defense for the Chargers has been amazing. I mean, they haven't been playing the greatest offenses this season. However, they are still pumping out some decent wins. They are, I don't even fucking know, 5-3. Chargers are a decent team. 12, the Arizona Cardinals. Who would have saw this coming preseason? The Cardinals being 12th in the power rankings. Really fun team. I would like to see them make the playoffs, and I think they definitely have the potential to. Very great look on Sunday against the Chicago Bears, a game I thought was going to be really close. I actually took the Bears to win that, but the Cardinals got the job done in an astonishing fashion. 11th, the Houston Texans losing to the Jets. That's valid for being knocked out of the top 10. I think this Houston Texans team will find their way back into the top 10, maybe top 5 even. I think that they can beat the Detroit Lions, which is my team. I think they can beat the Lions at home as long as they have some of their receivers back. I don't know currently the status on, well, Stephon Diggs out for the year, but I don't know the status on Nico Collins quite yet. 10th, the Atlanta Falcons, another confusing team. Again, one bad loss at home by 20 against the Seattle Seahawks, but then they still win. They're winning games that every other game that they're supposed to win, they've been winning them. They won against the Cowboys in a convincing fashion. They won 2 games against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the Falcons, they're looking good. They're looking like they're going to win the division. 9th, the Green Bay Packers, maybe a little bit low, but I think there are so many top-heavy, like the NFL is so top-heavy this year. There are so many 2-loss to 3-loss teams. Packers, you're still a good team. The loss against the Lions wasn't that bad. Honestly, they only lost by 10 in terrible weather. 9th, the Packers are still a top 10 team. 8th, I have the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that beat the Green Bay Packers in week 1. The Eagles are starting to come around, man. They're looking really scary. Did drop the ball a little bit against the Jaguars, but I think this Eagles team will be in the running for winning the NFC East. With the Washington Commanders, a team that everybody loves. This team is just outperforming what it did the past decade. Gotta love the Commanders. Jaden Daniels is an MVP candidate. 6th, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers, I'll admit, I was a hater, but this defense is something else, and Russell Wilson is looking to be really good. They were on a bye last week. We'll see what they can do going forward this week. 5th, the Buffalo Bills. Bills, they're playing lights out right now. Tough game against the Miami Dolphins, division rival. They get the dub there. They are currently top 5. We'll see if they can go up even further. 4th, the Baltimore Ravens. But losing to the Cleveland Browns this season is just not a good look. But they did just blow out a team that looks pretty dangerous in the Denver Broncos, 41-10. Moving on to 3rd, the Minnesota Vikings. Look, I know a lot of people probably think this is probably high, and it probably is. But to me, they still haven't really proven that they aren't deserving of a top 3 spot. They lost to the Lions and they lost to the Rams on the road with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. 2nd, the Detroit Lions. I really wanted to put this team at 1. However, I know that the Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated, but the Lions are looking really dangerous. I'm really liking what we're getting out of this team. That Packers game I was really nervous for, and they went on the road and they got the job done in bad weather, and now they have Zadarius Smith added to that defensive line. This is going to be a great team, but the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, they deserve the number 1 spot. They are 8-0 on the season, 1 win away from clinching a winning record, undefeated. No one has been able to beat them yet, therefore they have to be the number 1 team. And those were my Week 10 power rankings. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to like it and subscribe. That'll help me out tremendously, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.